Yeah, I did want to move on and address Vosh. Obviously,
the Voshmeister.
Indeed, yeah, we've gone back and forth a little bit on this show about Vosh. Definitely talked about him a little bit. He's definitely become one of the more relevant streamers in the YouTube area. He also streams on Twitch, but in general, it's just becoming harder to avoid addressing this guy if you're in this space. Again, he's definitely one of the bigger voices, one of the bigger commentators in the arena, and he responded a little bit to some of the criticisms we made of him. He went on Crystal, Kyle, and Friends podcast, and they got into Force the Vote, Jimmy Dore, a lot of stuff like that. We did a full video on it that you can check out. It's on our channel. And that video actually did pretty well. It got a bit of attention. It got more views than usual. And needless to say, it definitely caught Vosh's eye. It came across his radar. And that was brought to his attention by somebody in the comments. So shout out to that person. We'll throw up this video clip and react. He was just streaming the other day when, again, one of you fine comrades, maybe someone watching right now, mentioned us, brought up the Vanguard, and tried to get him to respond, and we'll see what
miraculously he engages with none of our actual criticisms of him.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll take a look at this and then react.
Oh, what is this? This is the last time I mentioned this. The YouTube channel called The Vanguard claimed you called Cornel West a grifter and that you only critique Jimmy Dore. I have never called Cornel West a grifter.
I don't think we ever said he called Cornel West a grifter.
I didn't watch their whole...
Okay, so with the Cornel West thing here, let's go back.
Jimmy Dore. I have never called Cornel West a grifter ever at any point.
Okay, so Vosh didn't literally say Cornel West is a grifter. However, the point that's being referred to was during the Force the Vote moment, Vosh repeatedly, over and over again, said everyone involved in this movement is a grifter. This movement is made up of grifters. Don't take it seriously. My point was, look at this diverse movement of everyone from Jimmy Dore to Kyle Kalinske to Crystal Ball to Brianna Joy Gray to Cornel West, all people that were at the Force the Vote town hall. How can you characterize all those people as grifters and then turn around and say, oh, I never called one of the prominent people associated with Force the Vote a grifter? What are you talking about? You labeled the entire movement as grifters.
I do remember that now.
Yeah. So again, yeah, he didn't specifically label Cornel a grifter, but I think it's safe to say if you're labeling an entire movement of people as grifters, then that would apply to the prominent people in that movement, not just the one.
Also, I will say the one thing that did irritate me about Vosh on that similar note is he did imply that we called Noam Chomsky like a sellout and a fraud and a grifter when he was on Crystal, Kyle, and Friends. Yeah. He was like, they do say that about Noam Chomsky. Never once did we say that. We were incredibly respectful to Noam Chomsky. But anyway.
100%.
I didn't watch their whole video. They just looked kind of stupid. I saw the video from the Vanguard and the title was like Vosh blown the fuck out on lies and fake hoods. And then I watched the video and it was like 90% my content. And they agreed with almost everything that I said.
First of all, it was not 90% your content. The video we were reacting to was Crystal and Kyle's interview of you. So it was their content, not yours. And also, we were reacting to a fucking interview, bro. That's something you do. That's something pretty much everyone in this space does.
And also, the headline was called Vosh contradicts himself over and over and over. And he doesn't want to engage with any of his contradictions that he had over and over and over and over and over on that stream. And we pointed them out, which is why he's like, these guys look stupid. And they said a video where I was really dumb and they had no real reason to fucking engage with it. And also, they were just ripping me off. As if Vosh hasn't made a fucking living reacting to shit on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I don't like... If people want to talk, they can email me. I just like, what?
And actually, that's something I didn't know. So I will give credit to Vosh. I didn't know he had an email publicly out there because we have been like baiting him into a debate here. I guess I'll give the dude an email. That never occurred to me, but you know, I was waiting for him to follow me on Twitter so I could DM him, but I guess that's the proper channel of communication. But that being said, bro, you bait people into debates all the time on your
He literally just did it to Kyle Kalinske like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he did it to Kyle, and then on that interview, he did it to Sagar. He was like, I cordially invite Sagar for an arm wrestle on my program. So like, bro, you literally publicly invite people to debate you and talk with you all the time. Don't act like you're above it. But yeah, I just thought this was pretty funny. Again, nothing terribly spicy or anything here. But I just thought it was interesting too that he completely strawmans our arguments down to basically what they were. Says we agreed with him 90% of the time when we certainly did not. I don't know if you watched our video about it, but we most certainly did not agree with him.
Yeah, giving credit where it's due and being like, I agree with the fact that you said this. That's just called being a good faith actor, Vosh.
Yeah, exactly. And again, if you're going to use a broad brush to paint an entire movement of people advocating for something as grifters, which he did multiple times repeatedly, you can find it on his videos about the subject or his streams. I specifically remember watching his streams. Someone would ask him about Force the Vote in chat, and he would angrily respond that everyone involved is a grifting piece of shit. I literally remember he said, everyone involved in this movement, all the biggest people involved are grifters. Don't pay attention to it. Again, who was one of the most prominent people advocating at the town hall? Cornel West. So, maybe he didn't specifically say it about Cornel. I still think it's something you should consider, Vosh.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, I don't know. And this just kind of irritated me because one of the things that Vosh always like complains about is how people don't seriously critique him, or they don't get into like the substance of his points when they're critiquing him. And it's like, we literally broke down frame by frame everything we disagreed with you in your video, and you want to completely mischaracterize it, pretend that we're dumb, pretend that we're completely like beneath you, and also be like, you should have contacted me through the appropriate methods. It's like, he knows who the fuck we are. He could have followed us on Twitter. He knows he would have gotten a DM from us, but clearly he doesn't want to.
Yep.
Anyway.